Hey, Joe here. Quick note before we get started. I did make several, in my opinion, too many mistakes here. I forgot to do spotting pretty often. I did notice all of this, obviously, before editing the video, and I think the video is still worthwhile. There were a few mistakes that I made. I note all of them, but in case you see something that I do not note at any point during the video, you will know that I missed it maybe. I will try to leave a little note underneath, the old so-called Klingon subtitles so that you can understand what I'm trying to, or what I messed up and I'm trying to kind of explain. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Greetings and welcome to Hexed Encountered. I'm Joe. In this video, we will be continuing our gameplay for the campaign in Combat Eastern Front. We did Turn 1, Impulse 1 in the previous video, so we will be picking this up with Impulse 2. Now, the way the game works is essentially you start, you do your turn stuff once, and then you go through 4 impulses that basically consist of doing the action phase. So implementing orders and resolving the things that occur because of those orders 4 times, and then you'll have an end of turn and you'll start all over again until you reach the end of the scenario. And this one has 10 turns in it. So we are having a firefight here. If you have not watched the first video, I would suggest doing so, only because you won't be lost. I'm going to try to go much faster in this one than I did previously. Only things that come off at the end of an impulse would be the just spotted markers, at least in terms of what we've got so far. So I had these 4 units here, these 4 characters. Each unit or counter represents 1 individual soldier. So these 4 guys right here, they were all spotted in the previous turn. We have a couple of revealed, I guess there's 5 total. Here, 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 and this machine gun team at the very upper right corner. That's our compass direction. Some of the enemy units, like this guy, you can see run and gun. It's that yellow 6 that indicates the direction he's going to move, and the 6 in this case is in this direction. So here in Impulse 2, he's actually going to shoot, but in Impulse 3, he would move to this hex. That's how that works. So we're going to get right to it. The initiative stays the same as it did from Impulse 1. It stays that way throughout the turn. So our blue team, which is called C team, is these guys right here. They both have aimed fire markers. And what we're going to do is we're going to shoot because we have that aimed fire marker. So we're going to shoot at this guy right here. That is Shishkin. And he himself has an aimed fire order. Let's just move the orders off so we can. Now these guys here, you can see they have a question mark on them. They are unspotted. Once they're spotted, we flip them over, and then we can basically use that to know that we are visible to the enemy. On our own side, we just use these purple unspotted markers. When they become spotted, you flip them over to this. And at the end of that impulse, those markers come off. So as I said, we are going to target this fine gentleman up here. And we're going to shoot with Vector, assuming we have line of sight. If we don't, we'll try to shoot Lieutenant Klimov right there. So let me grab my handy dandy wire that I use for doing my line of sight check. So let's see, we're going to go from Vector right here, and so to here, and from here, that looks like it goes through that scrub, which would block line of sight. Now, if we go here, however, we go to the center, that is good. So we're going to shoot not at Shishkin, but rather at Klimov. He's a higher ranking person anyway. He's got a leadership rating. He's also got a T for tough on his counter. If we pick this up, see that T for tough right there. The black 3 is his leadership rating. So the T for tough does have a meaning in the game, of course. And if you look at this, you can see with tough, you pick 2 wound cards when hit, and you apply the lightest. Okay, so if you draw KIA and light wound, you would take the light wound. There's also bad wound and close call. So we are going to fire. He's got a Kar 98K rifle, and his weapon skill is a 4. He's also got the medic skill. But our range, we'll check that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the range is 12 for the rifle here. It's right up here. At a 12 range, there is no DRM for that. We also have to check the order and the terrain in which Klimov is. He's actually in clear or open terrain. So he's in open, and his order is aimed fire. So with an aimed fire, so fire all, and open fire all is a no modifier. That is a 0. We use the S column. A is for attacking, and S is for spotting. We actually use the A column. Sorry, we are firing. I'm so used to doing spot checks here. We're using the red 0. It's the same. Okay, so we've got no modifiers for that. So his weapon skill is a 4. So what that means is we need to roll a 4. Now this is a slow firing weapon. You can only fire 1 shot at a time. 4 or less will indicate he'll hit. It's a 9. 9 has a special effect. That means you go low ammo. So this is the low ammo marker. We'll put that on him here. I'll just put it like right there. And that indicates that he missed. Now, the next one is this MG34 machine gun, which can fire multiple shots, in fact, 4. So we're going to get to roll 4 dice for this shot attempt. And the skill in this case will be a 5. Now, we also, of course, again, have to check line of sight to make sure we can see our target. So we're going from here. And if we're going to target, let's say, Shishkin, that's a clear shot. Klimov is also barely, but he is also a clean shot. So let's shoot at the lieutenant. Let's shoot at the officer, right? Why not try to take him out? Now, as I said, we get, because we know he's aimed fire, so is Shishkin, so it's a wash in terms of their difference. Of course, he does have tough, but we want to see if we can hit him multiple times. Maybe he won't get so lucky with that tough factor there. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. I don't think there are any other modifiers for this. If we look at our chart here. Now, the game does give you 2 options for looking at weapon characteristics. So these are the German weapons. These are the Soviet weapons. Here's our MG34. Our range is in this 9 to 16, which gives you a 0 modifier. And you can see down here it says 1/4 belt. It's the rate of fire, right? So the pistol is 1. The Kar 98K is 1. The MP40 gives you 3 shots. You get 4 with rapid fire. Actually, this is aimed fire, which I think is only 1 shot, now that I think about it. I'll confirm that before I roll, but get 1 or 4, then 5 for the MG42. Okay, we can fire 4, so we're going to fire 4. I'm rolling 2, and then I'm going to roll 2 again. So we got a 0, which is a hit, and a 5, which is also a hit. So I'm going to roll again, but because we use, now you might get confused, so let me go over this really quick. For a machine gun, we use the troop quality. Okay, the 4 here refers to his pistol, and the 3, of course, at the bottom always refers to the grenade. Similarly, for the assistant, who is feeding the belt, right? He's got a 4 if he's firing the machine gun, and a 2 and a 3 for the other weapons. You denote who's firing by putting the MG marker on that character. So that's what I'm doing. Then they have the same order. You can elect to give the assistant a different order if you wish to, but then you lose some effectiveness, and you also run the risk of running out of ammo more easily. Okay, so we got 2 hits there. We're going to roll again. And we got a total of 4 hits. So we're going to draw 4 wound cards, which are friendly cards. We'll draw the first one. You look at the bottom. Okay, so he got a light wound, and we'll draw again because he's got tough, and he also got a light wound. So that's going to be a light wound for sure. So I'll discard that. And now it says also on here, since this hasn't come up yet, we wanted to look at it. Make WMC, that's a wound and morale check. Okay, so I'll put this on him for now. He's got a light wound. I'll just drop it right there. But also, you can see it's got an impact on his ratings. He -1 leadership, -1 troop quality, and -1 for his weapon skill as well due to his wound. Now we apply that when we roll for this. He's going to have a 5. Okay, a wound is received. So this is what he's got. A wound is received. So if he passes, he gets -1 morale level and must duck back. If he fails, -2 morale levels and must duck back. If he rolls a 0, he gets the must duck back but no morale change, and a 9, -3 morale levels and must duck back. Now the default morale, I didn't put bold markers on everybody, but the default morale in this scenario is bold. So let's roll. He needs a 5 or less, and he got a 3. So he passes, which means 1 morale level and must duck back. Okay, and that's only the first of these. So let's change his order to duck back. And here's the duck back marker. You can see there is no actions on it. Basically, it's kind of a take cover, try to avoid further damage, but it also pretty much means you can't do anything. It's not quite hiding, but we'll get to that if it should come up. Now I'm going to draw 2 more cards, and we again get 2 light wounds. So he's again going to take another light wound. That means another morale check. I just realized I've been forgetting to apply the morale bonus for being bold, which is 1. But his morale is now normal because he's taken a morale hit. Now we're going to roll again, and you do get a second light wound. I haven't put it out. I will do that, but let's roll for his morale check. So with 2 light wounds, his TQ is now 4. And he got a 0, so he passes again, but he does have to now dip down again in morale level, because again, if you pass it, you got to go down another one morale level, unless you roll a 0. So this is bold, and this is what they have by default in this scenario, every character on both sides. So they all get a +1 to their TQ, which I have not been using. And I need to note that and add it as a note to the first video as well. But here is cautious, and you can see it affects your weapon skill and your TQ. So he is now a -1, and I still have to grab that second light wound. And we still have two hits left to resolve. Okay, here is his second light wound. I need to flip both of these guys to just spotted because they've both fired. Well, it's all 3 guys, basically. When you fire, you are, of course, revealed. So we've got 2 more hits to resolve here. So I'm going to draw 2 more cards, and he'll pick. Well, obviously, he won't pick KIA. So this is a close call where you just make a morale check. So in this case, the morale check, okay, so close call hit is received, right? So a natural roll of 0 is a +1 morale and has to duck back. He's already ducked back, so he can't do that again. You can go to Berserk. That won't happen because Berserk is above. It's the most aggressive level of morale. So if you fail, you go down another morale level, which would be kind of bad. But he's got a -2 and a -1 from his morale state, so he is now a -3, meaning he needs a 3 or better. And he got a 2, which is better, 3 or below, I should say. So he passes, and if you pass, you get just a must duck back, which he already is. All right, so he's still hanging on, and he's got 1 final hit to resolve, and he's got another close call because he won't take the bad wound, of course. I haven't been looking, but yeah, none of these were event cards, so that's good. Okay, so close call, and with the close call, we do what we just did. So he still needs a 3 or less, and he gets a 5 this time, so he fails, and that is going to be another morale loss. That will bring him down to shaken, so he's now a -2 in all of that stuff, and he does have 2 light wounds, and he is now ducked back, so he cannot take any actions. So basically, we have incapacitated him for the moment, and we'll see what happens with that. So as I said, these guys are now spotted, so we can move on. And we will go to the next activated force, which is the white team, which I messed up previously. I gave them all aimed fire, which was not the right thing. I should have drawn cards for each of them. So I'm just going to play it out because I made that mistake in part one, and I'm just going to let it ride. All right, so we will start up here at the top. They all have the aimed fire. Now they get to fire. So let's see who they're going to target. They typically will target the closest one, and I can tell you right now that there is line of sight between these two. Just drawing a line straight up, it's going to pass. Well, actually, there's rocks here. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm thinking that that's going to be a problem, and I may have screwed that up previously, but they weren't shooting, so it wasn't a big deal. But let's see what we've got here. So from here to here, he does indeed cross that rock. This one is spotted, I believe. He doesn't have an unspotted marker. So he can't shoot there either. Can he shoot down here? He can. He's going to shoot at, he will shoot at Veckler, and I believe we have to flip his counter so we find out what he is. We can, oh, he's a dummy. He's a dummy. You big dummy. All right. That means he's nothing and he's out of there. That's good for the Germans, good for us, since I'm playing as the Germans. Now we've got an aimed fire for this guy here. He's got the same issue, but again, he will be able to fire at Veckler. He's not in a great position there. So let's see what he is. He is also a dummy. How about that? That is interesting. There were 4 dummies, I think, from each team in the pool when we drew. And now this one also, I believe, can hit Veckler. So he is going to be able to shoot, and he's got the PPSH, their submachine gun. Okay, so we'll have to check the range because the range on that isn't tremendous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. It's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 17. And let me confirm he can actually see them before we go through this. I mean, I think he can. So here, yeah, he's got it. Okay. All right, so he's going to be able to shoot, assuming he's got the range. So as I mentioned, we have this here, right? Whoops, need to move the map. The PPSH submachine gun. The range is all the way out here. It's 16, which is the max range. -4 weapon skill modifier. His weapon skill is a 3. So that is obviously going to be a problem, because even before we look at everything else, he's already going to be in a bad way. So this is open, and he's got an aimed fire. So we know that's a 0 for that. If he rolls a 0, it will be a hit, because a 0 is always a success. Fire rate for that is not 1, it is 3. So we get to roll 3 dice, and he needs a 0. No there. And now we'll roll the white one again here, and it's a 7. So that is no hits. Okay, he is now spotted, of course, and we have one more to do. Now we'll have to check to see if he also can get to Veckler, because actually he can probably try this guy, who might be closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 16. Now, if he's got a rifle, he should be fine. That passes through everything okay. The characters themselves don't affect line of sight or block firing. So he can fire. We'll flip him over. And he's got a pistol. This is Lieutenant Zaitsev, and he's got an aimed fire order. Now the pistol is, let's see here, the TT-33 pistol right here only has a range of 8. So I'm going to actually make him unspotted, and he just can't fire because he doesn't have a target in range. So I'm going to flip him back. I mean, now I know what he is, of course, but that's fine. I'm going to put a just spotted on him. And we will move on to our next team, which is red team for us, the A team. No Mr. T on this A team, just the A team. All right. So now this guy can sneak 1. Here is his order. You see the blue one. That's a May sneak. We are going to sneak. We're going to sneak right here and stop. Trying to get into this area here. This is a depression. All right, a gully, if you will. So that's 1 red move. He has an evade move, which is also a 1 move. He's unspotted as well. He will move here. Quast will move. He also has an evade move. Then we have a slow suppression fire from Arzt here. He's got a pretty good eye. He's a 6. So now that won't. Again, I keep forgetting the spotting portion because, well, I guess it doesn't matter. He could have spotted, but honestly, I don't know. He wouldn't have line of sight down here. These guys are already spotted anyway. He may have been able to try and spot this guy, but we've got the scrub here. So I don't think he can spot anyway, which is good. And he fired. He could still spot, though. It's the same situation. This scrub is going to block these 2 guys. And probably this is spotted, that's spotted. And then you have here, we have the tree. And here we also have the tree and the rocks. So I think we're okay in terms of the spotting from their end. Now from our end, he gets to try a slow suppression shot. Now if he has line of sight here, he can shoot at him. He could also shoot at Klimov. What that will do is if it's a hit, it's a close call. They have to do a morale check. So it's a way to kind of potentially harm their morale, maybe weaken their resolve. If we can get them to rout, they will run. Or if we were, in the hex with them, we could take them prisoner. But we're going to let's see who he can shoot at. There, that the tree blocks him, but he can shoot at the lieutenant. So that is what he will do. So even though it nicks the corner of this hex, the tree is not what's called inherent terrain. It only fills the area you can see, whereas things like the scrub and the rocks, that's inherent terrain that fills the entire hex. So if it touches any part of the hex, you do get blocked by it if it is blocking terrain. So we are going to shoot at poor old Lieutenant Klimov again. This is suppression fire, so it's not as bad. Now he has the, this looks like the Kar 98K. Yep, regular old German rifle here. The carabiner, so we're going to fire that. The range 1. So at 12 with that particular weapon, which is right here, range is greater than 11. He is out of range. So he can't shoot, which means he does nothing this turn. We did all that for nada. So he gets to just sit there, and that ends the red, and we move on to, well, he could try to spot. Let's try to spot. He has line of sight to this guy for sure. So we're going to try to spot this guy right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here, that's a -1. His order is evade, which makes him harder to see. So he is in the open, and evade is right here. For spotting, he actually gets a +1. So that actually makes him easier to see because he's trying to be evasive, I guess. He's kind of making jerky movements or some such. All right, his troop quality is a 6. So with that +1, with the -1, it stays a 6. So let's roll. Whoops, crap. I'll take the 1. I just shot my order counter across the world here. He was on the sneak order. So he has now been spotted. We can flip him over. And it is Maslov, who has a, oh my goodness, they've got 2 machine gun teams. This is very, very bad news. I now have to pull out a second DP DP28, I believe is what it is. I just realized I put the wrong one in here. I mean, I'm going to play it out anyway. Like 21 should not have been in the draw. 20 should have. So we're going to keep it anyway. So we've discovered that they have, thankfully they have an evade order. We have a machine gun team here. And we put this on there as well to denote that he has a machine gun. That completes the A team. I really want to like hum the A team theme song, but I'm not going to. I am a child of the 80s. I apologize. All right, yellow team. They're up. Aimed fire from Shishkin. Well, we know he can see some folks, right? Right down here, he can take a nice pot shot at Shada here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is his range. The weapon is the Mosin Nagant rifle. And so if we come here, right, 9, bottom. Oh, he's out of range. Can't shoot. Well, that buys us a bit of a reprieve. Run and gun. So this is a gun part of the run and gun. So his 1, 2, 3, 4. We have this, but that's over. That's inside the gully, so that does not matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's see what he's got. He's a dummy. Whew. Sometimes the laws of chance giveth, and sometimes they taketh away, and this is going to be a taketh away part right here. Well, we know he spotted him. All right, so that is it for the yellow. And now we would go to B, which is white. And so that's this guy, and formerly him, but he is in a no order state right now. So starting at the top, he's got a run and gun. So this would be a gun, which is a -2 to the attack. Target wise, he does have, we got to shoot at this hex here. We got to try and knock that machine gun out because they also have one back here. So bad enough to have one, but they actually have 2. So if we don't want to turn into hamburger by the end of the scenario, we need to start taking out some of these machine guns. Easier said than done when there's very, very little cover here. Anyway, we are going to take a crack at that. So it's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The weapon in this case is out of range because it's a rifle. So it's a Car 98, so he cannot fire. The saving grace in this case is that if you can't fire, you are allowed to move 1 hex. So he's going to move here, right? And then he would be next, and he's currently unspotted, and this chair keeps squeaking on the floor. That's not me making rude noises, I assure you. So we've got a run and gun order here and unspotted status, right? So he's here, and he also will not have a shot, mainly because he's behind the scrub. So I'm actually going to move him, I think, here. And we'll leave that there. Okay, so that is Grossa. Then we've got, over here, we've got Soldat Waltz. And he also has a run and gun that he will not be able to implement, so he's going to move. He'll move here with Klump. Okay, so that completes white team. We go to the Soviets red. So starting up here, they've got a run and gun. It is a gun time, so we have to see what this guy is. He is Lieutenant Makarov. He has a pistol. I'm going to leave him there because he cannot. Oh, he has run and gun though. He has to. Or yeah, they do move. So he's going to move one closer. This guy will check him. He is a character. He has a rifle. He's also going to be out of range, so he's going to move here. Remain unspotted. Now we come to our friendly neighborhood machine gun team of Alexeyev and Popov. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Well, we do have the rocks here, so they can only really go. They have a narrow window. They ignore him now. So they would be trying to hit either of these two guys or perhaps Arzt. Arzt is possibly the logical choice for them at this point. Yeah, they got him. They actually, though, have slow suppressive. That's actually good news for us. So they can only make him take a morale check. It's weird that they would have slow. Maybe they had suppressive fire. I think they had suppressive fire. Yeah, they did have suppressive fire. So their machine gun firing rate is 3. They take a -2, but range gives them, let's see, a -2 for range and a -2 for suppressive fire. So that's a -4 to hit. His skill is a 5, so they need a 1, but they do get to roll 3 dice. Actually, he's got a slow suppressive order too. Let me confirm that there's no further. So I think that's still a fire. Yeah, that's a fire, and he's in open, so that's a 0. So they do need a 1. 7 and 0, so that's 1 hit. That 1 hit can only be a close call. And let me roll the other die, and it's an 8. All right. So 8. So that's 1 hit. So he has to make a morale check. A close hit, close call, right? So again, 0s and 9s, special effect. If we pass, we have to duck back. If we don't, we will lose a morale level and still have to duck back. Okay, so he does get a +1, again, bold. They also should have gotten a +1, but he didn't roll a 2. Actually, that only affects troop quality, not weapon. Actually, weapon skill is troop quality in this case. It still doesn't matter because he rolled an 8 and a 7. So with the other 2 that didn't hit. All right, so let's see. He has a 7. So we roll 1 die. I like doing it this way. And he gets a 1. So he passes. So a pass that's not a 0 is must duck back. So he loses his order and has to duck back, unfortunately. And that is the end of the red. We go to the blue. And the blue, wait, did we? Oh, that's right. That's the pistol guy. I was like, why is he still flipped over? So blue is here. 2 of the 3 are revealed. So we have a rapid fire here. He has the PPS. He's in rocks as well. He's got the submachine gun, which I don't think has the range. PPSH is good out to 16. So I think that's going to be a -4. Assuming he has a target he can actually fire at. I guess he can fire at Gentner here, who's on a sneak, because he's just shooting directly down here. He's going to miss that tree. I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to eyeball that one and say he's good. So he gets a -2 for rapid fire. But actually, he does have the submachine gun. So his rate of fire is 3. He'll get 3 dice. His weapon skill is 3. So with the -2, that's a 1. And for the range is 12. So that is going to be a -4. So he needs a 0 to hit. So we'll roll 2 dice and then a third one. And no 0 there. And a 6. So that's not a. And I didn't even check this. He's on a sneak order, which would have given him another -1. So, I mean, he was already like -5 or something. So it doesn't matter. So he's done. He can't do anything because he's on a duck back. So we have our aimed fire here. Let's confirm he can shoot. It's a dummy. Okay, so they're coming off. And that is the end of impulse number 2. So we remove our just spotted markers. We had several of them. I still have, 4 unspotted. This guy. His marker got left behind, so he was actually unspotted. I mean, he didn't get hit, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then these 2. Okay, so we go right to 3 here. There isn't really anything else that needs to be done. So we're going to move on to Impulse 3, which starts with the C team, these guys down here. Now, aimed fire for both, so they don't do anything. Then we go to the Soviet white team. He's got aimed fire. He's also got a nothing. He's got a nothing as well. So they're not doing anything. Then we go to the A team again. Okay. Sneak, that's a nothing. He's got an evade, so he gets to move. So we're going to move down into the gully. That's what I was trying to get to all along. this like that. And then he's also got an evade order. He's going to move up here. And Arts has a duck back. So he's done. Then we go to Soviet yellow. All right, so aim, fire, nothing. Evade. Didn't I have these guys shoot? Am I a doofus or what? They have an evade order. All right, so they went 5, then they would have gone 6, which would have put them here. And that means also that this guy is actually not wounded. I am such a dummy. So here in this impulse, they would do 5, which is here. So they are on the evade order, and I'm an idiot. I'm going to actually just pull all this off because he's not wounded. So you got to see that the resolution of something that shouldn't have happened because they're on an evade order. I had aimed fire in my head because of that, I think, but that says evade. Yeah, good job, doofus. They also have an evade that I forgot to implement last turn. They go 1, which is north. Well, actually, he goes 6 and then 1. So he's up here now. Okay, because again, we follow the compass here. So that's yellow done. He can't do anything. He moved. And I moved them twice because they didn't move in the last one. After yellow comes player B. That's white. That's these guys. I think he had a run and gun order. Yes, he did have a run and gun order. So he will keep that run and gun order, and this would be a run. So he's going to move here, and he will move here. He will move. We're going to move him here into the scrub, and we're going to move him here. Okay, these 2 are spotted. These 2 are not. Okay, then we get Soviet red. So they also have run and gun, and the direction here is 6, which is this way. And direction for them is 4, which is down. And I didn't do that last turn, so I might have screwed this up too. So you see I'm making mistakes, but I'm trying to overcome my penchant for screwing it up. All right, suppressive fire. So they can again fire. They do have a target probably here. Yes. So they will take a shot. Again, they've got their DP 28. The range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is a -4. So again, they need a 0. I remember this from just a moment ago. So we're going to roll 3 dice. And they got a 0. So they did inflict 1 hit. And now we roll the third one, and it's a 7. So they inflicted a hit. So again, suppressive fire. This is going to be a close call. So we get out our morale checks chart here. It's this one, M. We know if they pass, they get a duck, have to duck back. They're going to duck back either way, which sucks for us, but that's how it is. If they fail, they'll also drop from bold to normal. If we get a 0, though, we can bump up from bold, which would be really cool. So let's take a crack at it here. So the target was this guy who's got a morale of only 4, which becomes 5 because of the bold. So it's a 5. So he needs less than a 5 to pass. 0 would be ideal, and we got a 4. Still a pass, but that is going to knock him down to a duck back order. Okay, so that's red. Red's done. That brings us to blue. We've got rapid fire here. He is still out of range, and he is wounded. So that ends impulse 3. We're going to go right to impulse 4. I don't think anybody was just spotted this turn. Forgot to try a spotting check because we should have tried a spotting check with him on him. So let me do that right now. I'm going to do it right now. He's got a troop quality of 7 plus 1 is 8. The range, so 12 is a -1. So that gives him a 7. So Let's see if we can spot this guy. We can. It's a 5. All right. And it's a dummy. All right. Got lucky with the dummies. I mean, they've only, I think I know what one of these is, but got machine gun. That kind of makes up for it, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5, 6, 7 maybe left for them. We're down 1 man. Actually, we're not down 1 man because they couldn't fire because they had an evade order. Thank you. All right, on to the 4th and final impulse. We start with the C team, our blue men over here. The blue man group, he's got low ammo. That kind of stinks. He also has an aimed fire, and we are back on a firing order now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, assuming he can see him, which he may not be able to because of that terrain right there. Let's start specking this out here and seeing what we got. No. Yeah, he can shoot at him. So let's shoot at Klimov once again, assuming he can. He's got a rifle. I think he's out of range, actually. So he can't fire because he's out of range. And he can't shoot at them, we've already established. So he does nothing. Our machine gunners are also in kind of a pickle here, although actually they have a shot straight down the throat at these guys. You got to take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is the range. We get a rate of fire of 4 here. MG34 at 9 hexes. At 9 hexes, range is a 0 for that. So 0 modifier. Troop quality is a 6 because he gets a +1 for bold. And he is on an evade, which is going to hurt us. He's an open terrain evade. Open terrain. And evade is going to, actually it helps us. It's a +1. I forgot about the whole dancing around trying to not get shot. That's spotting. I'm doing it again. I'm making mistakes. It's a -1. That actually makes sense. All right, it's a -1. So it's a 5. So we get a 50% chance and we get 4 cracks at it. 2 misses. All right. And then, you need 2 of these, 2 9s, to go low ammo with a machine gun because we do have an assistant who is feeding ammunition. We get 1 hit. So the Soviets dancing through the raindrops there, or in this case, the steel rain, and they only take 1 hit. So let's draw a card. Oh, sorry, Chip, sorry. KIA. Bam. All right. Now, I think we have to roll to see who takes the deadly bullet. So let's roll 1d6 here. We'll say odd is Nikolin and even is Maslov. It's odd, so that's Mikulin. So he is gone. Maslov is now the gunner. He also, unfortunately for him, I also have to put a killed marker out. He's out. He's going to take a big negative because he doesn't have an assistant. So we've got an enemy KIA marker to put out. And I'm just going to stick that in there. We'll just actually put him on top of it. He maintains his evade order. Good stuff, mein Freund. Ausgezeichnet. Good shooting. All right. That is that, baby. Okay, so that's blue done. We go to white, Soviet white. He's got an aimed fire. Can't do it. He also has an aimed fire. Can't do it because we know he's an officer with a pistol. Lieutenant Zaitsev. So sorry. He's aimed fire. So white is done. We go to the red team, the A team, once again. So evade, he's going to go here. Sneaky boy here is going to sneak into this hex right here. All right, we're getting a little discombobulated over here. And now this guy is also going to move. Was he here? We're going to move him here, I guess. I think he was here. All right, and poor Arzt is still ducking back. cowering. He took a little damage and has to recover. All right, we go to yellow. These guys are still evading. 6 is up here. So they're going to go, he's going to go there. They were here, right? I think they were there. So he's going to go there. This goes with him. Oh, I can't remember. All right, well, he's there now. Final decision. Aimed fire. Again, he's got a rifle. I think he might have he does have some folks in range, however. Now, he's in scrub, but I believe since he's in the scrub, he can be shot at. So scrub is small terrain, okay? And it only blocks if the character has sneak, hide, reload, crawl, or rally order, okay? Which he doesn't. He's got an aimed fire. All right, so Scrubby McScrub here. Let's see. You know what? I've been treating that as blocking terrain all along, and it's not. Boo on me, apparently. That was dumb. All right, it's also rough terrain. So rough terrain only impacts you when you have a sprint order, which we don't. You immediately have to duck back when you go in there. Actually, he's not even spotted, so he can't shoot at him. He can shoot at him, though. So he'll shoot at Vaults here. Because I think if he tries to shoot at Shada, he will have to dealing with that nasty old tree right there. All right, Shishkin. The range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he is ducking back. So he is in open terrain and ducking back, which is a 0 for attack. Now at that range with his Mosin Nagant, it is, let's see, Mosin Nagant 8. Oh, shoot. I was looking at, oh man, I am terrible. I've been making a lot of mistakes, so I apologize, but we'll get this straightened out here. So 8 is here. That's a no modifier. And I was like, oh, they're too far away. They can't shoot. I did it to both sides, so I guess it works out. But yeah, I'm going to have about 400 comments on this saying, Joe, you did this wrong. And Joe, you did this wrong. And Joe, you did this wrong. He's shooting there. He's got nothing for the terrain and nothing for the range. And his weapon skill is a 3. Okay, so he needs a 3 to hit. He is firing with a slow weapon. He only gets to roll 1 die. Let's see what happens. 3, he gets a hit. And close call. Okay. Vault says, oh, so close. All right. Woo. Yeah. Now we got to do a morale check. He's bold. He's got a morale of basically 5 because of the adjustment there. So he needs a 5. He's probably going to have to at least duck back unless I roll a 0. It's a 6, which means he fails, and he loses a morale level, goes to normal, and still has to duck back. Well, since he already has a duck back, he doesn't have to do that twice. He gets a normal for his morale. So no more bonus, unfortunately for him. Oh well. Okay, so that was Shishkin. He moved. That's the entirety of the yellow. So we go to B, which is the white. We did the suppressive fire. So I think we've got the running guns for these two to work out. Now he's got a pistol, so he is out of range. So he's going to stay there like that. He does not have line of sight to anybody, I think, although maybe he does. Might have line of sight down here. These guys are spotted, though, so it doesn't matter. I guess he can try to spot this guy. Since we now know that I've been playing this wrong and that's not actually blocking anybody, because we don't have anybody who's like crawling around here. Well, we do, but it's up here. So he will try to spot. It's a 4 because he's unrevealed. I'm not going to reveal him for spotting, even though I know what he is. I only did that to make sure he could actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, what am I doing? That's not where we're going. We're going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Touches the rocks. That one also barely nips it. So he can't even spot. So he can't do anything. This guy, he's got a rifle, so he can actually fire. So he's going to fire. He does have a run and gun order. Yeah, because he was moving 4, which moves him down. So he's moving himself out of having a good fire lane. Although I think he still does. He kind of does, I'm pretty sure. I think he can shoot at him. Yep. Okay, so he's going to shoot at Shada. And the range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So spotting at 13 is a -1. His skill is a 4. Mosin Nagant, sorry. The range was, he takes a -2 for range, meaning he needs a 1. He's got a run and gun, which I think adds 1. Let's confirm. Run and gun in open adds, yeah, that's a -1. 2 is a -3. He needs a 0. He gets 1 shot and he needs a 0. And he didn't get it. All right. And he's spotted. And blue is next. I'm not going to put a just spotted on him because I don't have anybody left to activate on my end. So he's got rapid fire. He's got the PPSH, which does, I believe, have the range. It goes out to 16. Okay, so that should be good enough, assuming he's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He can't shoot at him because the tree will get in the way. He can shoot at him. And then afterwards, we'll try to spot him because I keep forgetting to do that. I'm like terrible at this. Because you want to spot them, right? Well, I don't want these guys to get spotted personally, but in general, the enemy wants to spot them, of course. Okay. Weapon skill 3. The range was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is going to be a 0 for that. And he has a duck back, which is no effect. So we have no effect from that or range. So we're going to roll. He gets to roll 3. And he needs a 3 to hit. A 0 is 1 hit. And we'll roll again. And it's a 5. So he gets 1 hit. So Waltz takes another close call. So again, we have a morale check. He's a normal now. So he's a 4. So he needs a 4. He does not have any wounds yet. And he rolled a 3, so he passes. But so that's just a duck back, and he's already ducked back. So we can't. That's basically a no effect. All right. The other blue is our lieutenant, who is in rough shape, so he's not doing anything, and that ends turn number 1. So none of the things that would take place in the end phase are really necessary right now. So I'm not going to do any of this stuff. If you want to read what's involved, you can pause it and read that. But otherwise, we're going to pull all the orders off. We're going to, basically pull all the orders off, reset for a new turn, which means moving our turn marker and resetting to impulse 1 and all that good stuff. So I will do all that off camera. When I come back with part 3, we will do turn 2, and I will try to do it in its entirety. And I will also try, in fact, let's do that right now. Let's do a spot on this guy from, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do here, right? He's here. He's going to try to spot. He's got a 3. The range is only 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so at a range of 4, the spotting is probably going to be pretty easy. Grab my thing here. 4 is a +1. That makes it a 4. So let's roll and see if he can spot him, since he didn't get to do that. And he got a 1. Presto, spotted. All right, I'm thinking all of these guys should be spotted, and maybe that's what I should do, is just pull all of these off and say they're all spotted. That's what I'm going to do. That's my punishment for not doing it correctly. All my guys are spotted. And since I wasn't spotting from the German side either, I'm going to flip everybody over who's hidden. There's only 2 of them left anyway. And All the orders will come off, as I said, so I'm going to pull all of these off. And I'm going to do that off camera. And I guess, well, actually, I'll do it right now while I'm doing this and say thank you for watching. Big shout out to the old channel members. Appreciate those guys. All their support. It is appreciated. But we are done here for now. I will be back with part 3 in the near future. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, sharing, hyping, maybe even subscribing. All of those would be great from my point of view. But even if you don't do any of that crap, hopefully you'll come back and, watch another video. So we are done here. Until next time, I'm Joe. This is the Hexed Encounter channel. And as always, happy gaming. Boop.